I would like to welcome you to the Society of America, where we make assumptions and see problems all around us. We see the problems of killings, rape, suicides, child abuse, trafficking, and a number of different things. And quite frankly, it's easy to point the finger and say those are wrong. But what our society has done is we've taken it a step further and used our skewed logic to come to conclusions as to why these things happen. For example, many people think that guns kill people. When you think about that for a minute, it doesn't make sense. Guns do not kill people. People kill people. Another instance of this skewed logic that I came across is that spoons make people fat. That one is a no-brainer. Spoons obviously do not make people fat. What this has led to is a skewed logic when it comes to the topic of pornography. Pornography is in a very bad light in our society. People associate porn with rape, with abuse, with child abuse, with divorce, and trafficking. And people make audacious statements saying that porn should be restricted and should be allowed to be restricted in communities. I am here today to say that that should not happen. And quite frankly, porn might even need to be encouraged in communities, especially in terms of relationships. As I was doing some research to gather information to support this fact, I came across Mr. Dixon, who has some very interesting things to say about those who view pornography. What this does is he says that a regular viewing of pornography is correlated to a high libido content within the body. Libido is directly correlated with the sex drive of a person. Basically, if someone is regularly or often viewing pornography, they probably have a high sex drive. This is very important in relationships and can very much so fuel the sexual intimacy in a relationship. Besides, he also says that sex is natural. It's not bad to have a high sex drive. Sex has been going on for years and years and years. All of a sudden now, something that helps us have a higher sex drive is wrong and bad? How can that be? Another author that I came across, Miss Friday, says quite humorously that viewing pornography can even reduce the risk of making a poor decision. Poor decisions such as an untimely pregnancy, which we all know that we would like to avoid, if at all possible. As I continued to do some research, I came across Mr. Rinsler, and what I came through from his findings was that he had interviewed a doctor, and what this doctor related pornography to was to the benefits that come within a couple when they are viewing pornography. I was very, very encouraged by this, because this goes against what many people think pornography does. Many people think that pornography hinders relationships and is harmful to them. In fact, this doctor that was interviewed says quite the contrary, that pornography is very beneficial in relationships. It allows people to explore fantasies and discover new ones. It allows people to find new things to do in their relationship and even encourages them to try the new things. What it also does is it can even encourage a more intimate sexual engagement between the couple. If that's wrong, then we have a very skewed world. Obviously, we want people to enjoy each other in their relationship, and if viewing pornography can help that, why would we want to limit that? Also, pornography, because of this, will provide freedom within the relationship. People won't be scared to try something new. People won't be scared to try something that they wanted to do. If they're both on the same page, no one's going to feel bad about doing what they're desiring. Lastly, as I kept coming across some information as I was researching, I wanted to make sure that there were benefits for the society as a whole and not just individuals and couples. So what I found was Mr. Goze says that the pornography industry is the biggest industry that can be found on the internet. If we think about that for more than 5 seconds, what we can realize is that a big industry means that it is raking in a lot of dough. Basically, it's a moneymaker. Moneymakers are good for the economy. Also, if it's a big industry, it's probably providing jobs. Now, how can we say that something that is making money and helping the economy grow and also is providing jobs for people is bad? We've just come through some very hard times in the economy, so I think it would be rather harsh to say that something that is providing jobs is very wrong and we should try to restrict it. That's crazy. If anything, we should encourage it to provide more jobs, and maybe it'll even help the economy grow even more. Another thing that I found in the information that I came across was provided by Mr. Lay. And what he was saying was that in certain experiments where the ability to view pornography was increased, sexual crimes decreased. Let me say that again. Where the viewing of pornography and the availability of pornography increased, sexual crimes decreased. Sexual crimes are rape, child abuse, and different things like that. So how can we say that something that is decreasing atrocities in our society is wrong? If something as simple as allowing people more access to pornography is reducing these atrocities, I think that rather than restrict it, it'd be much wiser on the behalf of society and humanity that we encourage this and allow this to be accessed on a more free basis than what we already are. Again, how can we argue something that is clearly good for the economy, good for an individual, good for relationships, and reduces crime rates? Pornography should not be restricted. If anything, people should be granted more access to pornography on a regular basis. Here's my full sentence outline. And here is my bibliography. My works cited. And then here is my keyword speaker notes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I by no means agree with everything that I just said. Just an FYI.